Hello class, my name is Connor Hans, and today I'm going to be presenting my PowerPoint, Closing the Gap, Combining Strong Standard Operating Procedures and Workforce Solutions in MRO Operations. In this presentation, I'm exploring one of the most urgent challenges in MRO operations today, which is the shortage of certified aircraft maintenance technicians. I chose 2 learning objectives from this course to frame the problem. The first taught me about the policies, practices, and procedures that keep an MRO organized and compliant. The 5th focused on recruiting, training, and retaining the workforce that actually carry out the work. These 2 concepts go hand in hand. A company can have great policies, but without enough skilled technicians to use them, aircraft will still sit grounded and delays will build up. My perspective is that this course showed me how vital it is to balance solid processes with investing in people if we want MROs to run efficiently and safely. The workforce gap is not theoretical, it's already here. The FAA reported that almost a third of the United States A&P workforce will retire by 2030, while far fewer new licenses are being issued to replace them. I also learned that when senior technicians leave, it's not just about losing numbers. We lose decades of hands-on problem-solving experience that can't be replaced overnight. In 2023, some safety alerts were linked to inexperienced staff making errors during heavy checks. That highlights how skill gaps can affect both safety and turnaround times. My perspective here is that this learning reinforced for me that MROs need to act now, not just to fill headcount, but to capture and transfer the know-how of the experienced staff before it's lost. Right now in 2025, the Aeronautical Repair Station Association study shows MROs are already short tens of thousands of technicians worldwide. The Aviation Technician Education Council's 2024 pipeline report predicts about a 20% shortfall in technicians by 2028. That means we're heading towards a serious bottleneck as fleets expand and maintenance demand rises. Labor costs already make up 30 to 40% of MRO budgets, so as shortages grow, overtime and outsourcing drive those costs even higher. My perspective is that the first learning objective helped me see how strong standard operating procedures can help control costs and reduce delays. But I also recognize that process improvements can't solve the structural labor shortage on their own. This shortage has already shown up in real-world incidents. Investigations into Boeing's 737 MAX and 787 programs revealed how workforce stress and weak procedures contributed to quality control lapses. Airlines have reported more aircraft on ground delays and deferred maintenance because they simply did not have enough certified mechanics available. Short-staffed teams working long hours also raise the risk of skipped or rushed inspections, which is a direct safety concern. In my perspective, this reinforced what I learned about quality systems. Learning Objective 1 showed me how quality assurance and quality control procedures help reduce human factor lapses even when staffing is tight. Objective 1 taught me the value of strong standard operating procedures across all shifts and bases. I found that using digital task cards and e-signatures can reduce paperwork mistakes and save time. Integrating those processes with a safety management system means findings and corrective actions are tracked automatically, improving compliance. I feel like these practices showed me how efficient procedures help new hires become more productive more quickly, which is especially important when the workforce is young or inexperienced. A good example comes from a U.S. airline that reduced its C-check turnaround time by roughly 12% after streamlining standard operating procedures and switching to digital work packs. I learned that documented steps also helped apprentices certify about 25% faster since they had clearer guidance. An Asia Pacific MRO even passed an EASA 145 audit on the first try largely because of consistent procedures. I think this proves strong standard operating procedures don't just save time and money, but they build trust with regulators and improve audit readiness. For large MROs with multiple locations, consistency really matters. Harmonized manuals make sure an aircraft gets the same quality of work no matter which hangar it's in. Shared digital work packs allow managers to shift tasks to another base if one site is short on staff. I think they showed me how standardized procedures make it easier to move people and work around without sacrificing safety or quality. But even the best standard operating procedures can't magically create more technicians. As I studied, I saw that crew shortages still limit capacity and lead to backlogs and delays even when processes are efficient. Retirements also mean a loss of valuable troubleshooting knowledge that can slow inspections and increase risk. In my perspective, Learning Objective 5 showed me that to truly close the gap, we need to invest in recruiting, training, and retaining the workforce, because these processes can only take us so far. Objective 5 also helped me understand why the shortage is worsening. The ARSA report warns that tens of thousands of senior aircraft maintenance technicians will retire in the next few years, and the ATEC pipeline forecast predicts that we'll be 20% short of new entrants by 2028. Competition from OEMs and other industries also pull skilled workers away with better pay. These insights made it clear to me that solving the shortage requires better pay, better schedules, and clearer career paths to keep experienced staff from leaving. I learned about some programs that are already helping attract new technicians. Lufthansa Technic's dual system apprentice program improved retention by about 15%, while Delta Tech Ops recruits over 700 military veterans each year, which is a great example of tapping into experienced talent. These partnerships with schools, veterans, and local communities are strategies I'd recommend because they build a stronger pipeline for the future. With recruitment aside, keeping the workforce we have is just as important as the attraction of new people. Some MROs saw an 8 to 10 point drop in attrition simply by introducing tiered pay and retention bonuses. Adjusting schedules to reduce fatigue not only helps morale but also cuts down on mistakes. I think this taught me how even small improvements in pay schedules and mentoring can increase loyalty and preserve critical skills. Another thing I found interesting is how technology is reshaping training. Augmented reality and virtual reality simulations cut engine strip training time by roughly 30%, letting new hires become productive sooner. Cross-training between skill sets also means one maintenance technician can fill in for multiple specialties, which helps when staffing is thin. I think this means that investing in modern training methods pays off by building skills faster and reducing expensive rework. I truly believe that combining these two learning objectives delivers the best results. Clear standing operating procedures give even new or cross-trained staff a reliable guide to follow from day one. These, along with pairing of digital manuals and VR-based training, help technicians move between bases and continue providing safer flight aircraft. Uniting process improvements with workforce strategies creates a stronger safety culture and reduces delays. It's not either or, it's both, really. I also learned that setting measurable targets is key to proving these methods work. For example, we can aim to reduce attrition from about 35 to 20% within 18 months. We can also track C-check turnaround times and aim for a 10 to 15% improvement, along with fewer aircraft on ground delays and higher audit scores. Having key performance indicators like these show leadership that investments in people and processes actually produce results. No plan is without challenges. Budgets are often tight, so rolling out AR/VR training or mentorship in phases helps prove the return on investment. We also need to involve the FAA or EASA early so we don't get slowed down waiting for regulatory approval. My perspective is that learning Objective 1 taught me how to keep compliance in mind at every step, and Objective 5 taught me how to guide teams through change so the solutions stick. To wrap this up, I've learned that the technician shortage affects more than just staffing. It impacts safety, compliance, as well as costs. The first learning objective showed me how standard operating procedures and strong policies keep maintenance consistent and efficient. The fifth taught me how important it is to attract, develop, and retain the right people. I think that applying these lessons together is the most effective way to keep MRO safe, reliable, and ready for the future. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day.